Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another Media Boss Live. I am Dr. Barrett Matthews of Media Boss Pro. And what we're going to do today is another episode of Media Boss Live with the series of 5 days of media strategies that you can start right now. 5 days of media strategies you can start right now. So, why am I doing this? Because there are a lot of things out there that you can do that are media related to your business that you can actually get going. You don't have to wait. You don't have to procrastinate. Those of you who know me know I've written a book about procrastination. Why didn't you get it done? Shameless plug. But the thing is, I want to make sure that you all are getting things done in media. Now, of course, if you want help with it, you can contact my company, Media Boss Pro. We can help you, MediaBossPro.com, MediaBossPro.com. Schedule a time we can talk about how we can help you with your media needs for your business, and we can help put you everywhere all at once. That's our motto. That's our catchphrase, be everywhere all at once. But what I want to do is make sure that you understand who we are at Media Boss Pro and what we do. So primarily, we focus on media production for retired CEO, high level executives, and also retired athletes and coaches, retired coaches. Because a lot of these people right now, they're in a transition phase. They've been working hard at something for years and years and years, and then it stops and they have to do something else. And a lot of times they don't know what to do or don't know how to do it. So, what we want to do is use media to make it so people will know them, people can hear their voice, and we can put them everywhere all at once. So if you are one of those people, you know someone like that, definitely send them our way at Media Boss Pro. We would love to help them. Also, if you are a business owner and you're looking for more visibility and you're looking to get out there, we look to help you as well. We look to help you as well because we want to make sure that we can get you to where people can see you and people can know that you have a lot to offer as well in that regard. So that's what we do, who I am, and all that stuff there. So let's talk about. Am I rushing? Am I sounding fast today? Let me slow down a little bit. So one of the things that I wanted to get on today, and then we talked yesterday on monetizing podcast in media and how some strategies you can use for doing that. But today I want to talk about why you should have a book. Yeah, why you should have a book if you're a business owner. And don't get me wrong, it's not something that everybody wants to do, and it's not something you have to do. I just think that you should have a book, and I'm gonna go on why, and we'll talk about some other things related to the book in a little bit. But I want to talk about why you should have a book and talk about how you can start getting things done in that regard, so that you can have a book out there that people can consume, people can read, and people can learn from. I'm sorry about that noise, that background noise there, but it's something that you can do there for yourselves that we can actually make possible as far as getting you a book. So let's talk about that. So first of all, some of you may already have a book. Let's put that out there. Some of you may already have a book. You may have already written a book. You may have already published a book. And congratulations to you. I'm serious on that. Congratulations to you on getting that out there. And I would love to talk with you and find out your process and what made you do it. How did you put it together? All that stuff. I'd love to find out about that. But some of you have written a book or started writing a book and you actually haven't done anything with it. And it's time to get it out, guys. It's time to get it out. It's time to put that thing out. And you're probably saying, well, Barrett, I want to put it out, but this, I meant to put it out, but that, I stopped writing because of this, and whatever your excuse is, it's time to stop that and put that book out. So why? Why, Barrett? Why is it so important that I put this book out? Or for those of you who haven't written the book, which we'll get to you in a second, why is it so important that I do that? Well, the main reason is because you claim, I'm just going by what people are telling me, you as a business owner, you claim you have something to offer to people. You claim you have something to offer to people. So, let's go back to the premise of media. You want to convey messages to the masses in various formats. So we got television, that's a medium. We have the internet now. We live streaming right here. That's a medium. We have posts we can do on social media. That's a medium. We have podcasting. That's a medium. Well, books are another medium. The written word, the original medium. So you want to make sure that you are utilizing that medium because, as we talked about previously on the Media Boss Live, is that people consume their information through one form of media or another. Through one form of media or another. You can't decide for them where they're going to consume their media. So they consume the way in which they feel comfortable receiving their media. So let's say, for instance, you have a successful podcast where you're putting out all your information, but there's a sector of the population that likes to read books to get their information. If you don't have a book, you miss those people and they miss you. Does that make sense? So that's one reason why you want to have a book is because you're missing a great deal of people that want to read about your story. Some people, they feel so more attached to you and your purpose and your mission if they can read about it. It connects to them differently by reading it as opposed to them hearing it or seeing it. Just like some people connect visually by seeing something, or some audibly by hearing something, some by touch. But the bottom line is that there are people out there that want to read a book. If you don't have one, you've limited your reach. To put it bluntly, you've limited your reach for people to connect with you. So, and here's the thing. Let me touch on the excuse part first, because a lot of people have started books and have not finished them. A lot of them have finished it and haven't put it out. There's an anxiety inside of you. There's an anxiety that's stopping you from putting that book out. And I know some of you say, "No, I'm good. It's just this. It's just that." Once again, more excuses. No, because there's something that's stopping you from doing that. Because there are so many ways that you can publish a book that don't have to cost you money, and people aren't doing it. So there's something that's stopping you from doing it. I love the one where I'm not ready to put it out. Well, when are you going to be ready? You've already written it, so when are you going to be ready? The bottom line is that if the book coming out has to do with you being ready, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. The book should be for the people to read and get something out of it. And if you have provided information as to where they can get something out of it, then you got to put it out there so they can consume it. And understand this, it may not be for someone to do business with you right now. It might not have anything to do with them doing business with you right now, but it may be to help them. That word that you've written down may be something that can help somebody because they needed to read that at that moment. But if you're holding on to it, if you're sitting on it, you're blocking your blessings and you're blocking their blessings. And how dare you? Because the bottom line is that God gave you the gift to share this message. You've written it down and then you don't share it? Come on now. That's not right. So I strongly encourage you that if you've written it, to start doing everything to publish that book. It may be you need to work on getting the cover out. Okay. So you may not like the cover. Do the cover. If you want to change it, you can change it. It's your book. You know how many people? The first book I wrote, I put it out, then I changed the cover. It happens. People do that all the time. I've known people who have changed the title of their book. Yes, same book inside, but they changed the title of it. So don't give the excuses or the ones that they say that, well, I've started it, but I have writer's block. Okay, I'm gonna call bull on that. I just don't believe there's such a thing as writer's block. Just start writing, man. Talk about what you need to talk about in the book, and just start writing. You're thinking too much. You're trying to get something that's not there. That's why you have what they call writer's block. You're not being organic with it. You're not being real. If you're real, you can talk about something all day in that book. But when you're trying to think, oh, how can I please these people reading? How can I do this? Block that. No, that you don't. There's no writer's block. Just write. Just write. So get the book out there if you've already started. Please start publishing. Get your book out there because the people are waiting for it. Now, if you have not started, I want to address that's this group. I think this is probably a larger group of people who have not started on their book. Why do you need this book out there? Why is it so important? One, and we're talking to business people. Why do you need a book for your business? Having a book builds major credibility. It builds major credibility. Now, I know some people they write books because they were told, no, that's a good way to make money. I wanna squash your dreams there, guys. Very few people make a lot of money writing books. Can you do it? Yes, of course you can. But don't write the book for the purpose of making money. Write the book for the purpose of either attracting people, educating people, inspiring people, but do not do it for the purpose of making money. Because you can be sadly disappointed in that regard. You can be, not necessarily you will be, but you can be sadly disappointed. So, let's talk about this for a second. Credibility. I cannot tell you the number of times people have called on me to speak at events because I had a book. I have taught classes because I had a book. I have been flown places and put on stages because I had a book. I have been paid by people because I had a book. Does that help? So I'm letting you know the credibility piece goes a long way. It it helps when you're a speaker, if as many of you are speakers, or you have a business, and they know that you've written a book about what you know, what your expertise is. When they know that you have taken some time to put in that you can share it with them in a book, it carries weight with people. People like to know that the person that they are listening to on a stage or on camera or on a podcast, that person has more that they can get. So now let's get to that part. Why you need a book. Have you ever heard someone speak on stage and you thought, wow, this maybe at a conference and you thought this person was great. I loved them. That was fantastic. And they left and didn't offer anything to sell, nothing to give, and you left and you're like, man, that was great. I really love that person. Yeah, we all have, right? Imagine if you love that person and they said, hey guys, I have a book. They're in the back of the room. You can get one of my books and it's on this and that. Because you love that person, guess what's going to happen? You go buy that book because you want to hear more. You want to have more from that person. And I'm telling you this, and some of you, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you owe it to your audience to sell them a book. You owe it to them. They have taken the time to come listen to you talk, and they liked you. They applauded for you. Some of them even stood up and applauded for you. And you left them with nothing. Shame on you. You left them with nothing. So they go home with just the memory that you were good. Well, guess what? That memory fades. That memory fades. Not if they have your book. Now they get to take a piece of you home with them. Do you understand that? A lot of the books that I have, a lot of the books that you have are from people who we liked when we heard before we bought their book. Sometimes we've bought several books from them because we know that they give great content. So I say to you, one of the reasons that you want to have a book is because it can get you more experiences. You know what else it does? It can get you clients. I've done, I don't know how many times I've done events where I've had my books out. And because I had my books out, people wanted to learn from me. So that meant they said, you know what, I want to talk to you about how you can help me with that. So they became a client. And I'm telling you this because you can do the same thing. And you're probably saying, well, Barrett, yeah, but I don't know the first thing about writing a book. Well, one, I'll tell you to go ahead and schedule a time with me at MediaBossPro.com. But the other thing is this: you may not know the first thing about writing a book. Granted, can you learn? Huh? Can you learn? How about if I give you a crash course real quick on writing a book? Okay, here we go. Number one, figure out what you want the book to be about. That's number one. Figure out what you want the book to be about. And let me put something in here. Make the book about something people want to read, not about what you want to say. Did I step on toes there? Make the book about what people want to read, not about what you want to say. Okay, that's number one. So figure out what your book's about. Number two, write down a list of chapter topics. They don't have to be specific titles of the chapter. They don't even have to be in an order. But write down a list of chapter topics. Number three, and this is where it gets started putting a little work. Do an outline of every chapter that you have there. So if you've written 10 chapters, write an outline of each chapter, okay? A, B, one, Roman numeral 1, 2, all that stuff. Write an outline, breaking down each chapter, what talking points you want in those chapters. Now it gets fun, okay? So number four, start with chapter 1 or start with the intro, wherever you're starting your book, and record yourself talking about it, making sure you hit all those talking points. Just record yourself talking about it. And then you know what you do? You record the next chapter, and the next chapter, and the next chapter, and the next chapter until you're done doing that. Number 5, transcribe that. There are transcription services all over the place. You can transcribe that audio into written word. Now, number six is where it can cost you a little bit. A little bit. Number 6, get that edited. Get that edited. So you've gotten all the written word from the transcription, but you don't want it sounding like it's someone who was just talking. Get it edited by someone good who can edit it and make it sound literary. Okay? Number 8, proofread it yourself to make sure it sounds good. Number 9, send it back to the editor for anything that you didn't like. Number 10, have someone to lay out the book to make it so it looks good in a book on pages. So make sure it looks good. Number 11, fun again, design a cover or have someone design a cover for you. And number 12, go to KDP Publishing, which is an Amazon service, and you can self-publish your book there. You have everything you need to self-publish your book. Then you can start selling it. Simple, right? Yeah, but you can do that. So, why should you have a book? Well, you should have a book because with media, it's another way for people to reach you because they don't know all these things that are coming at them in different directions. I'm telling you, the more media you have, the better. So if you have a podcast, great. If you have live streaming, great. If you have a documentary, great. If you have a book, great. People want to know that. It brings you so much credibility. It also brings more people to you. If you're a business person, it makes other business people more attracted to what you do. Why do I say that? Because other business people want to do business with people that they feel are on their level or higher. A book gives you a certain status with people. A book gives you a certain status with people. And I'm going to tell you guys something. That status can take you a long way. Yeah. Right now, I am a royal liaison to a king. I'm an advisor to a king, an African diasporan king. Before he was king, the first thing he asked me to do was write a book. After I wrote the book, he made sure that I was recognized for the book, and he sent the book to other places, and then I received an honorary doctorate. For a book, guys, it's a book, okay? I'm just letting you know it can carry some weight. The next thing is that he asked me to write, me and another advisor, to write another book on him. Now that he's a king, he wanted us to write a book on him. So and I'm saying this to say, you never know where it can lead you. Unless your book is extremely controversial, where it's going to lead you is always a positive place. And it can bring in revenue, and it can bring in clients, and it can bring in referrals. The bottom line is that there's really no excuse that you can give me, at least, for not putting out a book on your business. Even look, even if your book has some personal classified, well, not to say your book, even if your life and your business has some personal classified information, you can write a veiled book that has nothing to do with the people or the type of information that you deal with. It can still be a book on a topic that's related to what you do. It has nothing to do with the inner workings of it. There's so many different books that you can put out there. So many different books. But you have to just put it out there. Because there's one thing the world never has is too many books. Have you noticed that? There's never too many books, but there are books being published every single hour. But there's never been too many books. So get yours out there, because the people that need to see you, the people that need to learn about you, the people that need to know what you know, want to read your book. But as long as you're sitting on the knowledge, you're really hurting yourself. You're really hurting yourself, and you're hurting those people that need to learn from you. You know, there's expression that I coined years ago about God gave everyone gifts, gave us all unique gifts, just like he gave you gifts to put in this book. If you don't put that information out there, it's like slapping God in the face and saying, I don't need your gift. I don't want your gift. Keep your gift to yourself. Because he gave it to you to give out. See, I can't tell your story. You can't tell my story. I can't share the same. We could learn the same thing, but we share it in different ways. So the thing is that you have a unique gift. I have a unique gift. It's incumbent upon each one of us to share it. A book is a great way to do so, and especially as a business person. Come on, you're a business person. Get it. Get the information out there. There are people out there who need and want to hear and learn about the information that you have inside of you. Don't rob the world of this. I know the late great Miles Monroe says everybody has a book in them. Everybody does. And some of you are thinking right now, I don't have anything. Yes, you do. You just may need help pulling it out. And that's fine. That's what we're here to do. So as I mentioned to you before, if you're in need of help, sources as far as putting a book out, putting your media out, you can contact us at Media Boss Pro. We'll be glad to help you with that. And that's how do you do it? MediaBossPro.com. Go to MediaBossPro.com. And you can do that. And we'll be glad to help you in doing that, because I believe that everyone has a book inside them as well. And I think the world is waiting on you. And if you believe that the world is waiting for the information that you have to share, that you have something great to give the world, that you have something wonderful that they can use and it can change lives and so forth, I only have one question for you. And that question is, how long are you going to make them wait? How long? They've been waiting this long. So get rid of the anxiety, get rid of the procrastination, start writing, continue writing, finish writing, and publish that book, because the world is waiting for it. So I'm going to wrap up right here. And like I always say, everybody, you are very special, because you are God's vessel. Have a great day. I'll see you next time on Media Boss Live.